Starting a club is no mean feat. The mere fact that if you're wanting to start a club, literally from zero, implies that you're going to create an enormous amount of value that people are going to want to pay reasonably big money to join up to participate. So that's probably one of the first things that you're going to have to encounter when thinking about starting a club is how much value are you going to deliver so that people are going to feel willing to participate. Before you start your journey, first of all, who are you appealing to? Have you figured out who this niche of people are, what their interests could be, what their professions are, what they're doing for a living, maybe what type of business they're in? Have you figured out who you're appealing to? Because they're the people, your audience is who you're wanting to attract to become potential members of your club. You'll first need to make a decision about this before you can proceed to the next steps. Why would anybody care to join your club? Now, look at it from a critical perspective. I know maybe you're looking at things now, putting a pen to paper, working out a few scenarios of what your club will be like, but think about it also from the potential members' perspective. Why would they want to join up anyway? What's in it for them? And these are the questions you need to ask, first of all, from the perspective of your customers. If you're going to appeal to them, you're going to make it very appealing in order for them to say, yeah, I want to join up to a club like that. I want to join up with this body of people. I want to network amongst these type of people. You have to give them a good reason for why they need to be there. And it's important that you nut that out now and find out what they could potentially want, what they like, what they dislike, and what's going to actually make them sign up. If people are going to come along to your club, what's going to be there when they get there? Now, of course, if you're looking at something that might be a physical-based club, such as a club room, a membership place where people can meet, a bar or a restaurant or something like that, great. But what are they going to do when they get there? Do you have any events planned? Do you have something there that's going to get them to make a booking, actually look at saying, okay, yeah, I'm going to be there at this regular monthly event? You need to look at what's going to actually get them to say yes, that they want to book, and to book willingly, maybe even potentially bring along some friends that could be other potential members in the future. So have a look at what your event schedule is going to be and figure out what's going to appeal to them or interest them and make them excited and looking forward regularly to those particular type of events. Another important consideration is how often will you meet? Have you considered this, and what the implication is of how often you will meet? If it's a regular drinks function, or if it's a regular get-together as a committee, or maybe some type of mastermind meeting or so forth with other different club members, you need to decide how often that will be and what context it will take. So you need to work out what they're going to come along to and why they're going to be there. The quicker and easier that you do this, the easier it will be for you to put together a schedule and start attracting those new potential members. Memberships. Now, this is a pretty big and wide area, but it's also an important revenue source for your club. You might have potentially a foundation membership. You might have a first level type of membership. It might be a bronze membership, then a silver membership, a gold or platinum level membership. You need to work out what you're actually going to offer for different types of memberships within your club, and to work out what the overall implication is for what you're going to deliver for the benefits for those people who have signed up for those memberships, or even the eligibility of them to join particular memberships. Maybe there might be different types of club memberships that take a while to earn the right to be invited into that particular sphere. This is important because if it gives your particular potential members a chance to either prove themselves in order to attain a higher level of membership, that can be good. It can be good in the sense that you're trying to seek a quality level of membership that isn't just open for literally anybody and everybody, and it can also imply that you're taking some kind of a quality control aspect as to what kind of input you want into the club on a longer term basis for, say, the next 5, 10 or 15 or 20 years. So look at it on that basis there, and it may also give you the potential that at some later stage you might be able to sell your club. Great. You've already got the setup already worked out in terms of what the memberships are going to be to make it a profitable decision for someone to buy that club later down the track. One of the biggest areas of concern for a lot of clubs that are just starting off is what kind of a booking system do you have for your members to join events and to either book and pay online or to organise that they're going to be there at a particular paid for type of event that is members only, in which their membership already covers that particular event. So you need to decide early what that's going to be, because these days it's far more efficient if you have an online computerized type of booking system for your events, and so that people can go into the calendar and actually look at what events are available and click on a link and just simply to join up and maybe fill out a few minor details, and away they go and they're confirmed to that event. And more importantly, you know how many people are attending that particular event and what the circumstances, the venue and all the other details, and if you need any other staffing in order to run those events effectively for your members. So this is an important decision, and it's important that you get something going quickly so that your club can have a potentially good start and that people will have a warm experience with whenever they're interacting within the club membership system. Now, I'm demonstrating this particular page about the Melbourne Club, which has been in Melbourne since 1838. Now, it's important to look at these types of clubs because, after all, this is where a lot of membership-based clubs originally begun, and they go back to British history, and many different countries have had this type of thing, but just for the purposes of this discussion, the Melbourne Club originally started in Collins Street, and it moved to its more permanent premises at 36 Collins Street in the 1840s, and as a result, it's a very difficult club to get into. And it's also a club where a lot of different business people mix with other business people in order to network, make decisions, and, for want of another description, run the country, because a lot of political leaders also come from out of the Melbourne Club as well. It's important to look at this as an important illustration, is that what kind of a club do you want to have? And do you want to have something that's going to be exclusive and maybe appealing to business people? If so, what are the conditions and what are the parameters that you're going to set? That's an important thing for you to decide, and it's worthwhile doing a bit of research beforehand to make sure that you understand what the potential is. Another example I've got here today is what's known as the CUB Club, or Centre for United Business Club, which is based at Potts Point in Sydney here. They also have another club office in Sydney CBD and another one also in Melbourne CBD as well. Now, it's interesting to look at what the parameters are that they have for this particular club. In order for you to be a member, you need to have a minimum turnover for your business of 7 figures, so in $1 million plus, but typically they have memberships within their club. The average size business is turning over 5 million to 50 million. And another thing is too, it is a very stringent process for actually becoming a member. I've heard that the membership fees are $9,900 per year to become a member, and that gets you access to a lot of the facilities. They have a lot of different private events for members as well right throughout the year, various different guest speakers and so forth on growing your business and so forth. And it's also open to women as well as men. Apparently, one of the newspaper reports recently showed that the club has something like 1,300 different members in it at this stage. So it is quite a decent-sized club to be a part of. So it's important there to look at these things on the basis of what the potential is, that if you are wanting to run a membership-based club business, who are you appealing to? Have you looked at the financial mechanics behind it and the type of people you want to attract and even the premises that you're wanting to host your events at? I find that the CUB Club is a pretty good example because they're very upmarket level type of premises that they have, all the fixtures, fittings and so forth. When you walk in the front door, there's people to greet you that are dressed very well. It has the appeal of being at a very high-class type of restaurant appeal to the premises that they have. So these are the types of considerations that you need to have at a more granular level as to what you're going to offer potential members and to attract those. I've been involved in quite a lot of different club organisations over the years, as well as running my own different events, and I can say that the considerations that you make in this area are vital in order for you to attract the right type of people. We've covered quite a lot of material here today, and by no means this will be the end of it. I've got more videos coming up about this particular topic. But first of all, are you committed to getting your club off the ground? I know it is a big commitment, and you may need more than one or two people in order to consult with and to be around to make those very difficult decisions that you need to make in order to get a club off the ground. Because once you start, it's not that easy to back out. You've just got to keep going further and further ahead. It is a big commitment. So get things going. Now, if you like this particular content, which I hope you do, please look at some of the other videos that I've got appearing on screen right now as I speak. And I look forward to seeing you in these other videos, because I believe this will help build your business and help you find the type of members that you're looking for. This is David Newton speaking.